Hello, I'm Jamie Benning, Water Quality Program Manager with Iowa State University Extension and Outreach. Today I'm going to talk about the Iowa 303D list of impaired waters. We hear a lot about the nutrient reduction strategy, but the 303D list is another important effort to improve water quality in the state. The 303D list is a list of river and stream segments and lakes in the state that are not meeting their designated uses. Every 2 years, the DNR, under the authority of the EPA, measures water bodies and places them on the 303D list if they're not meeting their designated uses. Designated uses are categories based on water body use. So there are 10 different classes of designated uses or beneficial uses, and those include drinking water, aquatic life, and human contact. So water bodies that are cold water streams in northeast Iowa are held at a different standard than warm water streams in north central Iowa. This is the 303D list in a map form for 2016. There will be another map created for 2018. There are over 1,000 impairments for 700 streams and stream segments in the state. The top causes of impairments in the state are listed here for rivers and streams and for lakes, reservoirs, and wetlands. You can see there's some similarities and there's some differences. And these are the different constituents that the DNR staff are measuring for, and if they're not meeting those designated uses for these different parameters, they're placed on the 303D list of impaired waters. Does an impairment mean that the water body is unsafe? So what an impairment designation means is that there's a minor to moderate problem with that stream, river, or lake. This initiates a planning process, and in order to address the impairment before it becomes a major issue. I always encourage everyone that is recreating or fishing to watch for those beach advisories and the fish consumption advisories in areas where you swim or fish. Is Iowa's water quality getting worse? So increases in the impaired water bodies list does not necessarily indicate an overall decline in Iowa's water quality. A longer 303D list can be related to increasing monitoring. So as additional staffing and funding becomes available, additional monitoring can occur, and we can see more of those segments and reservoirs and lakes appear on the 303D list. The DNR also explains this in a quote from John Olson. The majority of impairments in Iowa waters are minor to moderate. Iowa's water quality standards are designed to alert us to a potential problem before serious pollution problems begin. For the most part, when a water is impaired, it tells us that we as Iowans need to act, all of us, before those problems become severe. So how are water bodies removed from the 303D list? The communities around these water bodies need to implement the Water Quality Improvement Plan or Watershed Plan, and when the monitoring data indicates that the designated uses are now being met, the water body is removed from the list. Very few are removed. It does take time to create and implement these plans. However, I was involved in a Crooked Creek watershed project where this did occur. So a plan was created and implemented, and the stream was removed from the list. The 303D list of impaired waters relates to other efforts in the state, including the nutrient reduction strategy and source water or drinking water protection. For instance, if a stream is impaired for nutrients, including nitrate, and that stream is also a source of drinking water for a community, working together to improve that water body furthers the efforts and works towards the goal of all three of these efforts. So what can I do? So I encourage everyone to participate in watershed projects and source water protection efforts. There's a broad range of knowledge and skills, community connections, and resources needed to make these efforts successful. I encourage you to contact me to learn more about opportunities happening in your area of the state, and thank you for participating in those efforts.